Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service. We are talking Lackwanna College men's soccer, and the Falcons are headed by Coach James Ellison. And, Coach, let's talk first about your background with the game of soccer and what you're bringing here to Lackwanna College.
Originally, I'm from New Jersey. I played for Morris Knowles High School in North Jersey, a little town called Denville. I would say I was a three-time All-State soccer player there. After there, I headed up to East Stroudsburg University, where I played 4 years, won a couple of championships, PSAC titles with them there. I was captain of the team for a couple of years. I was all-conference and regional All-American. Once I completed my soccer playing days at East Stroudsburg University, I played for a professional team down in Delaware called the Delaware Wizards. It was the USISL team. League, rather. It was, I would say, probably the prerequisite before Major League Soccer came in. And then from Delaware, I went to the Philadelphia Freedom for a partial season. And I still played a little competitive ball. And then the wife and I started some kids, so I had to find a real job. So I started working for Stroudsburg Area School, where I was the director of activities and assistant athletic director. And I coached boys soccer and girls soccer there for a while, and then I was head coach for 6-7 years there, where I won 2 district championships and 4 conference titles. And I also coached at Notre Dame of East Stroudsburg, where I won a conference title and a district championship there. College experience, I coached at East Stroudsburg University for a little bit. I was the head assistant women's coach. One of our teams was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And basically, I just try to keep busy. I would say soccer is the family business. Both my boys play. My one son just graduated college. He was a regional All-American for me in high school. He's getting ready to head over to Portugal in January to try out for a professional team. My younger son's at East Stroudsburg University right now. He just stopped playing last year. And even my wife played soccer also and coaches soccer, so it's a family business.
Wow, that's a big background, that's for sure, with soccer, and the whole family's involved. And now you have a new family there at Lackwanna College. So what's it like with this group of men this year and kind of buying into the family concept?
Kind of pleasantly surprised that the cohesiveness that we have already. I feel like they've been a part of. I feel like I've had them for multiple years, not just meeting the boys, young men rather, this past spring, and then bringing in a few new players. It seems like we've been together for a longer period of time, because it's nice when you have that sense that they want to be a part of something, and they want to strive to be a part of something. And it seems like we've kind of accomplished that, even though it's early and it's new in the season. I feel like they've already been indoctrinated into the program, into my mindset of what I'm trying to accomplish. We're 2-2-1 right now. It could be 3-3-1 in a sense, 3-1-1 or in that mindset. We've put together. It's nice when another coach comes up to you and says, "Hey, you have a nice team out there," and we're just trying to do the process of it's representing the school, they're representing themselves, and they're representing me, and that's what I try to stress to them at all times, that what their actions on and off the field is going to come back to me and to them. So that's what we're trying to build and get that reputation of being a legitimate program, and try to build and push forward.
James, keeping the roster, you got looks like about 18 guys on the roster, injuries and being in incredible shape, because soccer can be quite demanding. Talk about these guys responding to both of those factors.
You know what? Hey, we have the breakfast club. It's the funny thing is, we start off practice. We meet about 6 o'clock in the morning, so we go from 6 to about 7:30, sometimes closer to 8 o'clock, and that way I can get them over to breakfast and get them over to their class. And a couple of guys struggle to get out there, but I would say the majority of the guys make it out there every morning for our training session. Sometimes we might mix it up for them and throw them later in the afternoon, depending on when our game schedule is set up. Trying to keep it light. I told them I try. Less is more in my mindset, and a lot of coaches are getting towards that nowadays. But I've adopted that concept a few years back when I had my high school team, and I always felt that not to try to break them down like the old mindset was, break down and then rebuild, kind of like the military type of thought process. Nowadays, I just try to make sure that here's where I want you to be, here's what I'm telling you where you need to be. Once we get to preseason, if you're not where you should be physically, we'll get you there. That's just going to put you in the 8 ball because now you're going to lose some playing time that way. So most of the guys came in a decent shape where I really didn't have to focus on fitness and beating them to the ground and try to get them into that soccer playing shape. Is that we were able to come right in, do a little fitness, and get to playing to try to get our mindset for a game situations. And I think that's kind of helped us on the injury process. I know we lost one player with a ACL, but that's just something that's going to happen here and there. But fatigue-wise, muscle-wise, I give them enough recovery time from preseason when we're going 2-a-days. We do early in the morning. They have the rest of the day to go to some treatment if needed be, and then we come out right before dinner, and then they go to dinner and have enough time for some recovery time. So that seemed to work pretty well for us so far.
James, you go through the ups and downs, obviously, through any season, and, of course, a young team, and you're learning from these guys and who they are, what they're about. You guys would lose a game to Montgomery College 6-1. You come back the next day, you win 6-0. So take us through that weekend, the ups and the downs, and then what you try to teach the guys. Obviously, some life lessons in that and fighting back a little bit.
That's a good one. I mean, that was definitely a coaching moment and a coaching point for us. We played a real good team coming up from Maryland, and they were ranked 4th, and we were right there with them for majority of the game. That first half, it was 2-1 at halftime. And at halftime, we were sitting there going, hey, listen, no one expected us to be battling with these guys at this point in time. I go, we got 47 minutes left, and it's up to you at this point. You keep playing. We weren't even playing our game, and we were still in the game, which is that makes you feel good, but it also gets you a little irritated as a coach because you're going, if we actually played our game, where would we be at that point in time? But second half, a couple missed calls here and there, and some things went awry. But the majority of the guys, I would say, kept focused, and we never let down and quit. And that's what we even told them after the game. I said, hey, listen, I go, you showed me a lot. I go, you could have just lost your cool and just let it totally get out of hand, but you guys still stayed focused. I go, listen, this team is number 4, and you were playing with them. I go, the officials make a call here or there. It's a totally different outlook on the game-wise. And they go, hey, we just got to be ready to bounce back tomorrow because we have a team in state that we need to take care of business against. And the guys understood. And I said, hey, I told you. I said, if we play our game, or if you play well enough and the team comes out and outplays us and beats us, I can accept it, even though I'm not going to be happy with it, but I can accept that. But if we come out and not show up and we get beat, then I have a problem. I go, the latter, I go, if we do get beat and you played well enough to win, I'll shake the other coach's hand, pat their kids, the other team on the back, and say, hey, job well done. We know what we have to do to play better next time. And I think that kind of kept it balanced because I knew I wasn't upset with them. I was upset with things that we couldn't control. And we came out Sunday morning. We took that 2-hour trip out to Harrisburg area, and the guys, we didn't warm up properly, but we came out in like a house on fire, so to speak, and jumped on them, and it was 3-0 at halftime. We had a couple more chances. We could have been 5 or 6 in the halftime, and then we popped a couple more in the second half. And it felt good because our coach even came up to me after the game and said, hey, Coach, you got a real nice team here. He goes, it was a pleasure playing against you, and continued success. And as a coach, that's what you want to hear. Your boys were respectful, your team was respectful, and that the team that you played against respected you enough to say after the game, hey, that was a heck of a game. Keep it up, and we'll be watching for you. And that's what it came through on Sunday.
Yep, absolutely. Great life lessons, as you say, through the ups and downs of a game, any game that you play. Mercer County Community College coming in this weekend, and people want to come out and check you guys out. It's a 12 o'clock start, right?
Yeah, we'd like to get some fans out there. It's been pretty sparse with fan base coming through, but that's what we're going to build on. Trying to get more student body involvement out that way. Matter of fact, my family even drove up from the Poconos to come up and support us. So if I can get them to come up and take that 45-minute trip up that way, I'm hoping to get some more of our locals to come out that way. And I think what we'll try to do is get more involved with some of the local schools, also in some of the club soccer teams up that way, and try to get them to come out and bring the fan base with them. And next year when we get our own facility, all goes well, we'll have our home and be able to hang our flag there, and people will know what we're about. But I think what the young men are doing right now, they're a good bunch of young players, and like I said, I'm happy with them. Their personalities will bring some more fans out. I think once people know that we're up and running, because we're still like a brand new program. Last year was their first year, so people really don't know if there's a program out there, floating around. So hopefully we'll make a splash by the end of the season. They'll recognize and know who we are, and we'll build upon that for the following year as well.
Yeah, a lot of soccer on the college level here in northeastern Pennsylvania, but now I think people have another opportunity and give another look to James Ellison, his big background he has with soccer. Obviously a guy who walks the walk, talks the talk, and he's doing it right now with his Lackwanna College Falcons. James, thank you so much for your time, and you guys keep going at it there at Lackwanna College.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
The Falcons men's soccer program on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service.